Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Magic 2015. It is I, RockLeeSmile, here with Last Grey Wolf and Alpacapatrol.
How's it going?
Wait, how is it going?
How's it going?
Is it going?
How
Actually, speaking of how is it going, NASA just created a new engine that's based on microwaves,
and that's how it goes. And you're a piece of shit.
They literally don't know how it goes. Like they actually don't. Apparently, it breaks a fundamental rule of physics that we held to be true, and they don't actually know how it goes.
Oh, it is actually a cheat engine. Okay.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
And it like seriously though, like yeah, you did. You said that last game.
That's really weird.
It's amazing how often those things
how often
come up.
those things come back.
Hey-o.
Hey, hopefully I'll get some lands this game.
Heyo.
Hey-o.
Oh.
Oh. Hey.
Oh hey.
Ohio. You got a problem with Ohio, Rob?
Nope. Ohio's all right.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
It's all right. I don't have any problems with Ohio. Cleveland
What
is
about
in Ohio,
Ohio,
isn't
the
it?
Dota player?
Oh, Ohio, Ohaiyo.
Yeah, he plays for Titan.
Does he play for Titan now?
No, he played for Titan in TI4.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he's all right, I guess.
Okay. I just want to make sure those two separations of Ohio.
Oh yeah. Well, the Cleveland is in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks.
That's true. Also, Ohio, you could basically say, is the grandfather state of American football. So you know you can't be mad at them.
I want to really just change the subject right now. Can I? Do you guys remember HBO's show Taxi Cab Confessions, where people would be drunk in the backs of a taxi and they would talk about fucking people, and that was like a show?
Yep. I think they still run that show.
How did that happen? That was decided upon that would be the premise for that show? Because there's a lot of different conduits for conversation about fucking people, but in the back of a taxi?
Yeah.
Is this just like taxi cab drivers just get so many stories? Somebody pitched that idea and they're like, you know what, you're right.
Hey, before we continue, who wants to get attacked this turn?
Jason Bourne.
Oh, I do.
Do you actually?
Why would I want to get attacked? Get out of here.
All right. Well, Austin didn't say no, so there you go.
I said Jason Bourne, which is clearly no.
I didn't know that's what it was.
I don't think Jason Bourne takes no for an answer.
He doesn't take smo for a sklanskler.
I don't appreciate that.
He takes Ornstein though, so you know.
Shut up.
That's all right. No, I think they still like those shows. Like I think like Real Sex and like Taxi Cab Confessions and stuff. I think they're still technically running, but HBO just makes like a new episode every year or every 2 years or something. Yeah, because like Real Sex didn't. It wasn't like something that came out like every week or something. It came out like every couple of months. So I think it might still be technically running.
They'll be like, oh, we're on our 3rd season. We've just been releasing one episode for the last 6 years. So,
yeah.
I
I think that actually may be how it works. I'm not sure.
I think that's illegal.
I would. All right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Obama doctrine of 2008. He actually made it perfectly clear that you can't just release TV episodes that infrequently, otherwise the FCC will go after you.
Gotcha.
I thought you guys would remember.
Well,
this
remember, the
shit.
FCC doesn't do anything.
That's a good point.
They're powerless to do anything.
No, they have power. It's just run by a guy who doesn't give a shit. So, you know, that's how that is.
They have power like the Power Rangers, except the Power Rangers had real power.
They can morph into Tyrannosauruses and Mastodons and stuff.
And they're gonna say they can morph into Tyrannosauruses and masturbate and stuff. Like, that's the funniest thing, because they can't even do that. Their arms are too short.
In fairness, that would be a really good power if you could turn into a Tyrannosaurus.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, because like Tyrannosauruses can't masturbate, right?
Well, they could just like rub their junk on a tree stump.
Pretty sure they can fuck whatever they want. I mean, they're Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's not a polite way to think about nature, Austin.
That's a good point, yeah.
Do we have any like estimations on how big T-Rex penises were?
I think they were really tiny, like 2 to 3 inches.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
It's like a pine cone, basically.
I don't know.
I feel like you do know, though, Joe.
I'm pretty sure he does know. He's just not telling
What?
us.
Why? Why?
Because I had it.
No more gate for
But
you.
why my land?
Well, because it was like the reason I chose that one was because it was a 2-pronged land, you know, and it had the most
Great.
value.
Like a 2 for 1. 2
yeah,
for 1.
it's the most like so like I killed 2 lands instead of 1 for like the value of 1
Stop
card.
trying to mask the fact that you're a piece of shit, okay?
He's like Macklemore. He just went to go pick out some clothes. He's gonna get a good value.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Macklemore. I'm Macklemore,
Basically
Austin.
Macklemore.
I'm Macklemore.
He just wishes you would
See,
Macklemore.
you could have hurt Nick more by destroying his white lane so he couldn't play any of his white creatures.
Oh, you know, I didn't
Oh,
actually
so you
realize
gotta
that.
bring race into this whole thing.
I didn't
I'm
know
gonna
that
bring
he
race
had
into
only
this.
one white. If I had known he had only one white thing, then I probably would.
You would have.
I didn't. It was all tapped. It's so hard to see the lands. Like I can't. You see, I can't
Tut.
zoom in on the tapped lands.
Motherfucking tut.
It's true.
Yeah, you got nothing to say, man.
That's a good point. I really don't.
I always, in my head, I sort of associated tater tots with tutting.
I don't
And
know
it
what
was
that
always so
is.
strange to me, because when I think of tutting, I think of the Roosevelt guy.
Teddy.
And yeah, Teddy D. Roosevelt.
The D Roosevelt.
The D.
The D.
Teddy
yeah.
the D Roosevelt.
That's what he's called. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name.
And, so I think of like a mustache and like a monocle, and then tater tots. Those things all in sequence. My mind's a strange place. It's like
Yeah,
free
it's
association all day, which is why I guess being a YouTuber makes some sense for me. I can just talk about bullshit forever.
You should be a rapper instead.
I'm not a rapper.
Yeah, I don't think it works that way. I don't think I'm that good.
Too good for
Wood.
food.
Too good for wood.
Ooh, what does she do?
It's like too.
Oh, that's the crazy
leaves.
one. Yeah, that one gets pretty powerful.
Oh, that's really good.
Does
Yeah.
it? Look at it go.
Look at it go.
Look at it go.
Oh yeah.
Slamming. Ooh, which one is
Uh-oh.
that? Which one's slamming?
Someone's gonna do 1 damage to
Slammin'
something.
Earthshaker.
Yeah. Oh, it's Earthshaker. Yeah, you're right. You are
Slan
correct.
M.
Slan M, he's retiring.
We need to have like a Dota voice over contest.
Yeah,
Do the
that'd
best
be good.
Dota voices.
Wait, Eminem is retiring?
We could still do the Warcraft 3 voiceover contest. Righto.
See, that's not. You say that because of that. and I don't know.
Zug.
Zog. We're done.
Goodbye.
Oh, he's dead. He's exiled too, isn't it?
I don't think it's exiled.
It was actually just a decoy.
It's a tree koi.
Yeah, it was actually a tree koi. Thank you.
It's a
Was it a
koi
tree koi?
tree. Yeah, it was a
Yep.
koi tree.
Now watch out, because the Ents are gonna get you.
Oh no, not the ends.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You're
it's
gonna get
you're
ented.
inspired.
I'm inspired.
What are you inspired to do? Draw cards?
Yes.
Huh.
Tell me about your
Oh
cards.
well,
Sounds
that's an
inspiring.
interesting draw. Okay then.
Did you draw
Um,
2 more inspirations?
No, I drew more lands.
Ah, okay.
Well, then I just pissed
Um,
off Firecat here in case you want to get like crazy and go nuts on me. I could just like kill your shit.
I can't. I have a 7/2, and logically I can't attack either of you.
Yep, it's true.
Because you both have at least 1, 2. It wouldn't do anything. Like if I could attack Rob, but then he would sacrifice his shortcutter, and I feel like my 1/2 is better than the shortcutter, so it's not a good trade.
I wouldn't
Nick
even.
has a
I-
2/2 with first strike, so if I attacked, he would actually kill my 7/2, and I wouldn't kill his 2/2.
I wouldn't even sacrifice my shortcutter. I'd sacrifice the Goblin Arsonist because I could still kill your thing with that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that. Oh, you had an enchantment. All right, I'm very happy I took care of that. Oh, it gives it first strike too. That's lovely.
Yep,
Well, I'm glad I killed the other one because then we would have just been fucked.
that's true. Yeah. What does that thing do? Oh, whenever you gain life, you okay, I get you.
Yeah, I would shock that if you have shock, Rob. Do you have shock? You should shock
I don't
it.
have shock in my deck.
Can we please stop?
You don't have shock in your deck. Shock is so good though.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
but I don't.
Fucking guys.
Shock is like the best card in the game, man. There's so many good
I know,
cards
I
with two power that like there's no.
I know. I should actually probably have shock in my deck. I like shock.
It's never bad.
I know it's a really good card. I just rather have like my deck is revolving around creatures, and I prefer to have creatures.
Hey, it's creature.
Shock the monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that kind of counts as shock.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely shock it now. You could shock his 4-1 too.
Yeah, I guess that's the most
You could
viable.
shock a con.
I could shock a con, yeah. Nah, I guess that's the most viable, unfortunately. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah.
You're not sorry in the least.
Well, it's the most valuable target, in fairness. Out of all
In
targets.
Get ready to get switcherooed. I don't have switcheroo this time, sorry. I just wanted
No.
to scare you for like half a second.
It'd be awful. I don't want your
Man, I
switcheroo
was
at
really
all.
hoping I'd draw it this turn. That'd have been great.
I hope you don't get any more inspirations. So
This is
you
an
try to
absolutely
switcheroo.
awful grouping of decks that we're all using against each other.
It
This is
really
the most
is.
unfulfilling Magic play I've ever
Yeah, it's never
done.
fun.
Yeah. I gotta build. I wanted to build the green Stompy deck, but it's just whack. Like, you can't do it with the green cards they give you.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
we have like, he's gonna slowly but surely demolish us with that 6/6.
It's an Ohm's
Nick does have an
Rest.
exile card though, so that could be good.
That's true.
That's all that I can see working at this point.
That's all I can see twerking at this point.
Hey. So at least then we'd be a little bit more level. I mean, that 6/6 is gonna mop up the floor
I don't think
like
so.
you've never done before. It is though.
It's like the only big creature on the board.
Yeah, but it's just the 3 damage that it does.
Well, it only does it the one time.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Act of treason. Oh no. Why would you do such a thing?
I don't know.
Very rude. What?
What's the matter, Austin?
No, shut up.
Do you have one of those in your hand too?
No.
I bet you
Something
do.
Completely
Please
different.
use it. Please use it. I want to see it.
No, it's just a really funny coincidence that I don't want to talk about right now until after things have played out. Okay, they're gonna play out now.
What? What's happening?
It doesn't every turn you attack.
I like about the.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you do good because
Yeah,
I
I know, I
remember
knew that.
you made that mistake once, right? When
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
here?
so. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
know
I
it
played
does.
against Nick one time off stream, and I made that mistake, and I didn't know. So
Okay.
I thought it was funny that it was coming full circle again, but I guess you do know.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm gonna kill one of his things.
You killed my thing.
All right.
Watch
yeah.
out, you might kill your giant.
I'm not gonna kill my giant.
Watch out. I know
Like,
how hard it is
damage
for you to
now.
not do 80 damage to anything whenever you block or attack.
All right, that made it a little bit better. Now Rob doesn't have a bunch of beef behind him, so it's kind of risky for him to
Yeah,
attack.
Rob doesn't have a bunch of beef behind him.
Enough beef, guys. Oh
Does it go
god.
tapped? Oh, it's his turn anyway, so it'll untap.
Yeah, it's gonna untap.
Yeah, it'll probably untap at some point, I'm thinking. I don't have very much beef behind me though, so I'm thinking about what I can do next.
I'm kind of low on the beef as well, to be completely honest. I still think Rob has like the easy win right now.
If only I could have used that 6/6 to damage itself.
Remember when I
Man,
said
that's
Rob
been-
is the easy win? Well,
It's only getting harder.
can't wait to draw switcheroo on this turn. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that'd be awful for me.
Oh, I do want some options here.
Well, you aren't
I
gonna
know
get any.
I'm playing like
up
I'm not
jams.
getting any options.
Pump it up.
Your options are done, Nick. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're dead, Nick.
Can you not kill me in like 30 seconds every fucking game we play this?
I'm sorry. In fairness, you brought this one upon yourself with the taking over my creature.
All right, plays need to be made, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have one turn to win.
Yeah, probably.
Basically like one turn.
Oh yeah, almost. Yeah.
It seems like every single game we've played since we started 2015 is who gets the Inferno Giant out and then wins.
Oh well, here I lose because Time Warp wins again.
No, I don't.
What's he gonna do with 2 turns with a 4/2?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to your question.
Still get the option to block shit. I mean, you're tapped right now.
I have to draw switcheroo. I think.
Yeah, this is just about him drawing a card. That's all the Time Warp's about.
I literally think that I have to draw switcheroo.
Yeah, and you probably will.
It's a little bad if you don't have any other strategy options, though.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it?
You can get your switcheroo?
Nope.
I'm glad.
Wait, why can't you block it? It doesn't have trample, does it?
No, he can block it.
Buy me some time, actually.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, but when he attacks, he gets 3 damage, so he gets to kill...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a bunch of creatures again. Alright.
Why does he have, Do I lose?
No.
Why does he have 4/2? Oh, because of the ogre. Okay, I get you.
I can do realistically this, and
You could actually have attacked with one more. That wouldn't have killed you.
yeah, but I'm doing my math right now, or I'm doing my math.
I get you.
You know what? Yeah, I did some math. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a little bit closer than I originally had thought.
It's definitely close, yeah.
Yeah, pretty close for me, too.
Depends on what you have in your hand.
It's like a Gillette
Although I
razor with
think-
5 blades close.
I think you still might win without what you have in your. I think it actually comes down very close to the next card I draw and the 2 cards that you have now.
Rise from your grave.
Rise from. Oh, okay. Well, that definitely hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
he has a lot of options with that card.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Do a bunch of damage to me directly. Could kill any of the creatures.
No, damage to you directly doesn't do anything for me.
Well, yeah.
I think what Ra really wants to do is kill enough of your creatures that he can pump up his 9/6 and then finish you off.
Yeah,
So
basically.
it's a balancing act with the math of where you're putting
You know,
the X
honestly,
damage.
I think, Rob, it would have been beneficial to you to not show me Volcanic Geyser and then attack me. And then I might... There's a chance that I would have just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have surprised me with Volcanic Geyser and killed me.
Maybe.
Oh, is that an instant?
It is an instant, yeah.
It is an instant. You
Yeah,
could've used
you're
that.
probably right. I always use
Better
instants
effect.
improperly.
Could use them for the strategic advantage.
Mhm. Okay.
So, block.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to block this turn.
Really? Yeah, I guess
Yes.
so. You are right.
Because this will give me 4 damage on the next turn. If I draw something with 4 damage and haste, then I win.
This is true.
Okay.
Do you have haste in your deck?
Well, GG. Actually, it's not GG unless you have a direct damage. Because I can
Yeah.
still... Yeah.
If I draw a Volcanic Geyser, I took one out of my deck. Ooh. Ooh.
Ah.
Ooh.
I need to take lands out of this deck that I have. I always get way too many. There's no reason I'd ever need 9 lands.
You should really, Rob, you should probably have something to give some trample to that goddamn giant if you really care
There's
to
no
use it that
trample.
often.
There's unfortunately no trample in the.
Oh.
Just put 1
Available
green land
for
in
me.
your deck and then get
Yeah, just
Rancor.
one.
That's fair.
Yeah, Rancor's not in this game, I don't think.
Is it not? Good.
No.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Are you... Is there a way you win this turn?
Yes.
There's also that card where you can convert the attack damage of something into direct damage. That would also be pretty useful here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get by blockers, not have to deal with any of that. I wonder if that works after you've pumped something up, too.
I actually don't even think that even if I have another turn that switch... Because I'm going to lose both my creatures this turn, so...
Okay, here's a question. How does... It doesn't really matter, actually. Oh, great. Oh.
Rob, use the 3 damage to kill your own creature. That would really surprise him. Trump, he used it properly.
Mm-hmm. I did finally use it properly.
Now...
Why use that at all, though?
Because my Gutter Snipe deals 2 damage directly to any player. So,
Can't wait to draw a land.
I hope you don't draw something that kills me. Did you draw land?
I drew land.
Oh, thank goodness.
Slow bleeding to death.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright, that was pretty close, actually.
it would have been close if I didn't draw 3 lands in a row, but
Yeah,
the game
well.
decided 3 lands is it shall be.
Yeah, that's what'll happen sometimes.
You should wait a turn and come in with your arsonist just to fucking, just to make it rude.
Nope.
I actually don't think there's a single card in my deck that would have been able to win without at least 1 creature on the board.
I love how upset was Rob that he lost last time, and now he's gonna win. And I think, what does that put your win-loss at now in 2015? Because I think I've won 2 total, including the games I played with Austin, not part of the series.
I think I've won 3. I'm either at 3 or 2 right now.
No idea. I can't remember farther than like 2.
We've only played like 5 episodes of this so far.
Yeah.
I think we played like 2 full weeks, 6 episodes. 6 plus 1 is 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we did 1 on Friday.
Yeah, I think I'm either at 3 or 2 wins on the series right now. So, not like super good or anything.
Well, this is important information. First to 69 gets the whole win.
That's true.
The whole pot.
Yeah.
The whole pot.
I've actually been betting this entire time.
That was close. That was a close game. Man.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Oh
I'm
god.
gonna say Gillette, the best around.
Gillette the best.
Yeah,
for
nobody
wets.
else can shave it down, I guess.
Do you have Inferno Titan, Nick, in your deck too?
Oh, I don't fucking care. I'm not gonna use a bitch card like that.
It's not that bitch. It's kind of bitch.
It's kind of bitch.
It's not as bad as Phyrexian Obliterator, I'll say that.
I'm not using that either.
Yeah, he's not in the game.
Just use cool cards.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like a non-nerd.
Kukulkans. Kukulkan cards.
Cuckoo cans.
Gotta add some Kukulkans to the game.
Look, man, if you don't add your cuckoo cans, how are you gonna get your balanced
Cocoa Puffs.
breakfast?
Exactly.
It really
Okay, I'm
sounds
glad we're on the
like
same page.
what little kids would call when you connect 2 tin cans with a string. They would call it kukul cans.
I can see that, yeah.
Like the same way that now instead of you can't say you sit Indian style, you sit crisscross applesauce, which is just kind of bullshit, by the way. Not that you shouldn't call it Indian style, but that it's called crisscross applesauce. I just
Wait,
think that's
You
really
can't
dumb.
call it Indian style? Why can't
They
you call
don't
it
say
Indian
that
style?
anymore because it's kind of insensitive, I guess.
Why is that insensitive? I think it's insensitive to call them Indians at the very least. If it's not insensitive. If we've
I don't
already
know, man.
established that it's politically.
I just know
Yeah, I
they phased
agree.
it out in schools.
I am perfectly happy with them no longer calling American Indians because it's fucking stupid. But if we have established that it is politically correct and okay to call them American Indians, then there's nothing wrong with Indian style, because that's how they sit. That's like their sitting thing.
Also,
It's
it's
like-
probably more common to think that you would associate Indian style with like actual Indians, people from India,
I
with
think-
that form of sitting than you would with American Indians, wouldn't
Well,
you?
in famous pictures of Gandhi, he is sitting like that.
So
So
let's call it Gandhi style.
perhaps it is
Gandhi style.
Opa Gandhi
He
style.
had the wrong Indians the whole time.
Indian style. I'm gonna look this up.
Oh
'cause
man, we're gonna look at.
I'm curious. Well, because I'm curious if Indian style is actually no. It looks like it's both.
it's both.
Yeah, it says either the etymology is either from the way some Native American Indians, indigenous peoples of North America, sat, or from the Indian lotus position.
Or you
So,
know,
it's
maybe it's just a really comfortable way to sit down. On a
Yeah,
flat
I mean
surface
that's
with no
true too.
backing.
Yeah, but that doesn't provide the reason to its etymology.
No, I know, but I was just, it's like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is like a function over form thing here, where it's like, who fucking cares where it came from? This is how you're sitting.
Yeah, it is a pretty comfy way to sit, I have to say.
Although I do like the reverse yoga dog style, where you just, sit down, put your hands way behind you, and lean.
That downward-facing doggy style,
It's reverse that. Wait.
Yeah, just do some doggy
reverse
style.
cowgirl style.
Just do some reverse. No, you don't do that. You break your penis
I
like
know.
that.
Oh my god! Don't bring it up.
That's how you break a penis. You don't want to do that. Commenters
Every
at
time
home.
reverse cowgirl comes up, Rob's got to talk about broken penises and then how the balls are made of spaghetti.
If you don't know, viewers at home, don't do
He's-
reverse
he is
cowgirl.
weak.
Regular
He is the ball
cowgirl,
spaghetti.
just fine. Reverse cowgirl, that's how you break a dick.
I think you're fine to do whatever you want as long as you're safe and responsible and you take it nice and slow and you don't jam anything too hard.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about sex here, Nick.
Yeah, you can have slow sex, Rob. I'm sorry. It's true, you can.
Yeah, but it's really boring.
Well, not if there's like,
All right, ladies, you know who not to hang out with anymore.
Or maybe who to hang out with.
Yeah, get rid of this loser and get this guy over here.
So, yeah, I mean, the question is, are you having sex or are you making love?
Yeah, that's the difference. And who wants to make love? I'm like 20 something.
Are you gonna bust that song out that you're not into having sex, you're not into making love, so come give me a hug or whatever it is?
Oh, Christian Slater? Does he not make love?
Slater wrote that?
I didn't know he was a songwriter.
Wow.
Nor did I know he was so, promiscuous.
Learned so much today.
Yeah, Christian Slater. He's everyone go follow Christian Slater on Twitter. I wonder what his Twitter is actually.
Probably Christian.
Probably
Slater.
Christian Slater. Yeah.
You think that he is famous enough to run his own Twitter or have someone else run it?
It's a fine line, actually. There's some celebrities I think who enjoy it. So
Yeah.
maybe they go a little beyond their threshold, but I think a lot of them just don't want any part of it.
Yeah, probably.
I wonder, though, what's the threshold of how famous you have to be before you can just tell Twitter, I want my name, and they just get it for you?
A lot of YouTubers got verified accounts recently.
No, that's not what verified means. I just mean where you can be like, Twitter, get this fucking loser off my name so I can have it. And they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to find out for Ryan, because I want this this freaking guy who stole Northern Lion
yeah.
without the LP at the end to stop camping out his account.
Yeah.
There's no business there.
I went on Ask FM to try to get an Ask FM account. Some dude has Alpaca Patrol. Now, here's the weird thing. It does not appear that he knows who I am.
Right.
That's the very strange thing. So someone else, somewhere else in the world, thought that Alpaca Patrol was a good name. And it's the only time I think I've ever heard that. Actually, you know something that I like to do? And this is kind of weird, but I like doing it. Sometimes I like making noises like right? Because now what I think after I do that.
It's called speaking in tongues.
No. But here's the cool part about that. I've probably just uttered a series of sounds that have never actually. Yeah, nobody's ever actually. Yep. Those sounds have probably never been uttered in the universe ever before. That's kind of cool.
I do this all the time, but with actual words on my Twitter account, RockLeeBooks. So if you want to check me out, it's RockLe _ ebooks. That's how you can find me. Just weird shit over there.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really easy to create a word that's never been said before, though.
No, that's true. Well, you know,
Splaggertharth.
Yeah, that's probably never been said before. Never been uttered in the history of forever.
Actually, Elvish.
Oh, is it?
Actually, you guys want to know something that you can do that no one has ever done ever before in the history of forever? It's very easy to do. Well,
live
no, people do that all the time.
And do anything. No one's ever done it other than you.
No.
That's
from
present to future, man.
Oh, I don't know what that is. What is that? Is it a book?
It's the act of living a life.
Oh, okay.
Just being alive. You're doing things no one's ever done before just by breathing.
This is true. Unless our universe is more than a Googleplex big, in which case, then that is not the case. But either way.
Galactic time space is fucking crazy, man. I was watching shit on Hulu about it. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you could continue.
There's not much to say other than it's just so freaking mind-boggling to think that, like, the amount of scale that we have versus the scale of the galaxy versus the scale of the universe, then it's expanding, and then shit's going infinitely down as well. So it's like we're trapped in this middle ground. Like, imagine if you were as big as a planet, and you could just walk around the solar system as a planet-sized person. Like, how much of a different perspective you'd have on people. And then think about if you're the size of a spider looking up at a person. Like, how does that change your viewing of space? The size of someone's room as a spider versus the size of your room as a person versus the size of your room as a planet.
Nick, I can't handle this right now.
It's weird, man. Also,
it sounds way better if you get someone with a British accent to say it, to be honest.
And if you're really, really high. But also, the thing that you can do the thing that you can do that no one's ever done before, if you have a deck of cards next to you, shuffle them. That's it.
No one's ever shuffled cards before.
No one has ever had that deck of cards in that exact sequence that you had them in when you shuffled them ever before in the history of humanity. Because
statistically speaking, though.
Statistically speaking, it's astronomically impossible. The numbers are so, like, the numbers are so vast that it is
Isn't it just
basically
52 factorial?
impossible. Yeah, and do that. The numbers are insanely large. So it's
But statistically, it is possible to have this.
it's possible, but
Finite, it's not infinite.
yeah, well, yeah, it's totally possible, but in order to randomly get it, it would take like millions of years to have done that. And considering decks of cards have probably only been around for like 1,000 years, it's probably never happened.
Well, the clip that I think, or at least when I first heard that thing as well, is that if you had like a ridiculous number of people shuffling decks at the beginning of the universe,
Yeah,
up until now, they would just now starting to repeat shuffles.
yeah, I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Right, because it just depends on how fast they're shuffling it. You're just basing it on the idea of one person shuffling cards every so often. But if you have a computer that's auto-shuffling them at the speed of fucking light, like, yeah, you'll get to that number a lot faster then.
That's true, but I'm still saying that if you did it right now and you shuffled a deck of cards, no one's ever shuffled it in that order. Like, yeah, you can reach
Austin's
it.
saying maybe they did. We don't know.
It's a possibility, yes, but the likelihood is so... It's like... It's more likely that a dinosaur is gonna, like, come alive and eat you in your room than it is that that deck of cards is
What
in
are the
same
odds
order.
of that?
I don't know, but they're
I don't know.
rather
That's pretty-
high.
that
Give
one's
me a
pretty
hard number
unlikely
for
as
that
well.
one.
I guess I'd say it's probably more likely that you get hit by lightning than it is that that will
Yeah, it's
happen.
not that unlikely. A bunch of people just died in California to that.
A bunch of people died in California to that?
Or at least one. I thought multiple, though.
I think it happens to like one person a year, maybe.
The dude's playing out on the beach, and then the thunderstorm starts up. They're like, oh, what do we do? Do we go inside? No, let's fucking surf. Bam!
Yeah, that's why you don't do drugs, kids. That's why you
Or
don't do
surfing.
drugs.
In a thunderstorm.
Not that
This
I'm
isn't fucking
saying-
Point Break.
Not that I'm saying that all surfers in California, where weed is basically legal, do lots of drugs, but I am saying that. So
Practice common sense. Don't go swimming in a thunderstorm. Is all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
that's-
Other than that, do whatever the hell you want.
Isn't it crazy the amount of people who have survived getting struck by lightning?
yeah, that is
Have you
pretty
seen
crazy.
the sweet scars they get? It
Yeah.
looks like fucking Zeus just put like sweet armor on their arms.
Yeah, well, that's the
Like-
thing too. Is like the reason that a lot of them survive is they're wearing some conducting metal or something, and then it just like leaves a ridiculous scar of that metal on their skin somewhere, because that absorbed most of the electrical voltage that didn't kill them.
It looked like spider veins. I thought it was the electricity travels through your veins and it actually like boils the skin there.
Basically.
Yeah, I can do that too. But like if you, I remember I met a guy who he got struck by lightning and he was wearing like a chain necklace, and then he like pulled down his shirt and he had like a scar in the shape of that necklace, and that saved his life basically. Like he would have died otherwise. Pretty crazy.
Fucking science, bitch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
weird.
Tides come in, tides go out. We don't know why.
That's true. Magnets. How do they work?
How do they work?
In all seriousness, though, NASA's new microwave drive. How does it work? NASA doesn't know. Like,
This is NASA
Large
stuff.
Hadron Collider. Scientists are just throwing shit in it now. They don't even know what they're doing anymore.
yeah, they made the God particle.
Yep. That's actually God, by the way.
Yeah, that's
If you
really
look it
God.
up, it's actually God.
You know what's
they
funny
made a
is-
particle that is God.
Yeah, people like believe, like I've seen on the internet is like, well, they discovered the God particle. That's it. Proof that
Check
God
it,
exists.
atheist.
Yeah. No, I've seen that, and it's like, you didn't read any of
You
the
didn't
article
even
about.
do any research when you read that, right?
You didn't read, like-
you saw a word and you went, I know that word. I figured it out.
I know that word.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
That's basically what happened there. So yeah.
A lot of arguments on the internet go down. Oh, I've heard something about that one time.
Yeah.
I don't even want to play devil's advocate here, but if I were to, I would say, let's just say scientist, that was maybe a poor choice of naming for what. I understand why you did it, but like,
It
You
really
understand
isn't
that
even like
You know,
like
don't do any research.
Poor
that's
choice
like
of
your
naming.
top tier descriptor of scientific thing,
Yeah,
right? The
well,
god blank.
Also, like, well, the other name for it that's like the actual scientific name is the Higgs boson particle, which is like not as easy to say as the God particle. Plus, it's not as
Right.
I shouldn't have even just faulted scientists. That was most likely the media that did that to that
Yeah,
word.
it was. In the same way that I was about to say, another even poorer choice of wording, the Big Bang Theory, in which an explosion doesn't happen. Like the term the Big Bang comes from a scientist jokingly saying that, like, yeah, it's as if the universe exploded and that's how it happened. And that's the whole theory. And it's it's been named that forever, and it's pretty funny. I don't know.
There's a show named after it now.
Yeah.
I'll just hold my tongue. I feel like there's a discussion to be had there as well, but I don't know that I know enough to get into it with enough.
I can guarantee that none of us know enough to even remotely discuss.
This is a thing that I know a little bit about, but it's not that I don't really want to. Also, is the other thing.
Right. I get you.
But I've had a lot of times where people do that whole thing where you're just like, you're gonna say something came from nothing. How's that even possible? Well, look up what abiogenesis means. It is the study of figuring out how things came from nothing, and it's all just a big semantic argument. Right. Things didn't actually come from nothing. They just happened at a change rate that you're not able to perceive obviously or easily. So we just say that. It's all, colloquial terms.
Yeah, all right. So here's the etymology for the Big Bang. I just looked it up. Okay, English astronomer Fred Hoyle is credited with coining the term Big Bang in a 19...
Oh, he made cards too.
Did he really?
Yeah, remember he made a Hoyle cards and he shuffled them, and no one's ever done it before.
That's true. 1949 BBC radio broadcast. It is popularly reported that Hoyle, who favored an alternative steady-state cosmological model, intended this to be pejorative, but Hoyle explicitly denied this and said it was just a striking image meant to highlight the difference between the two models. So, like, in either case, it doesn't mean what he meant to say.
Big Bang? Big Bang, is that what he said? We should call it that from now on. Let's go tell everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably like we're probably gonna find out a week later that this microwave engine doesn't use microwaves at all. Like they're just like, yeah, it's as if we use a microwave or something, right guys? Just took that.
Did he say microwave?
That's what this is. They made it out of microwaves. It's it's like when they made that supercomputer at NASA or wherever it is out of PS3s. They just made this engine out of like thousands of microwaves. This is a bunch of recycled microwaves that just made it into an engine.
It feels like scientists are speaking in like normal articulate English, and then the news reporters hear it and they're like, I don't understand like even one of the words they said, so I'm just gonna make up some shit and then we'll just say it's what they said.
Yeah.
And then everyone just runs with that story instead of what the scientists said. And then the scientists are like, why did you not get any of the words we gave you? Like, we don't care, basically, is why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta make it sound cool so it sells newspapers. Otherwise it won't.
People buy a lot of newspapers.
Like, imagine if the headline was "Scientists discovered Higgs boson particle." How many people would pick up that newspaper and be like, "Oh my God, the Higgs boson! My God, I've been wondering if they would ever." Boson. Yeah. Whereas if there's like they discovered the God particle, I would
want to figure out what that means instead of just assume that it's something. Because obviously, if they're reporting on it, it means something worth knowing about, right?
Yeah, but you're not everybody. Works, yeah, that's you gotta be honest with the world and how people are, and people are way more likely to pick up "Scientists discovered the God particle" than they are likely to pick up "Scientists discovered the Higgs boson particle."
I'm not arguing that it's more likely. I'm just saying if we're trying to be reasonable and, intellectually honest, we should probably put reasonable footing on the fact that we're making a big announcement about a thing and then figure out what it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what scientific journals are for, and that's more of a problem with newspapers in general than anything else, because, like...
I love the idea of like reporters, and they show like a clip of the scientist talking about what was going on, using all the science terms, and then the reporter comes on. He's like, "Now, I didn't really understand much what the scientist said, but he said there was explosions involved, so we're going to be calling it the Kablooey Bang Bang theory."
Exactly. And we also have some great stock footage of him swirling beakers around, and we're going to use that aggressively, and we're going to show it every 10 minutes for the 24-hour news cycle.
And we made this model animation in Blender that we're going to play over and over again so that you can kind of understand what's happening, but not really. There's just like some spheres and stuff, and they're going to crash into each other. Stuff's going to happen. That'll be cool.
I mean, we're not far away from idiocracy. I mean, it's like the news is still not explosive enough. Let's just put some tits in it now, at this point, right?
This doesn't have a lot to do with what we're talking about, but the reporter thing, and this is really funny. I never got to talk about it. Was during I think it was CNN was showing the coverage for the Russia-Ukraine MH17 flight thing, and I swear one of the guys he brings up a little toy plane and goes, "Now see, this is a plane. This is the plane here."
I saw it. Yeah, I saw that exactly what you're talking about. I think they mentioned it on the Daily Show too.
So good. I'm glad it made it to the Daily Show because I thought it was fucking absurd.
I remember Jon Stewart was like, "Oh yeah, no, we know what a plane looks like. Thank you."
That's good.
Top notch.
He didn't even have anything else to say. He just brought it up and kind of just threw it around while he was talking. But he just said, "Now this is the plane," and then and that was all. That was all the only reason he had that.
It's like tutorials in video games. That's all it is. Actually, I was playing this game actually on my Kindle to speak to treating everyone like children.
Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No, actually, that one's pretty fun. Like, I suggest that you guys play it. It's $5. It's pretty fun. It's all right.
Fucking America.
The bad thing about the game is it does the shitty Spider-Man 3 game thing, or like Amazing Spider-Man 1 on the PC too, where Spider-Man doesn't actually have to cling his web to any building. Yeah, yeah, they make him out with the PC too. But where his web doesn't actually have to attach to any point, it could just attach to this guy. Yeah,
how do I shot web?
Yeah, but so it's kind of weird. Like I can jump higher than the Empire State Building by just flying in the air, and then like when I do that, it's like, well, you could just let me fly. Like you could have just made a Superman game, and I wouldn't have to keep clicking this button over and over again. But anyway, I was playing this game called, I think it was like Tiny Warriors or Tiny Army or something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. And you get rewarded. You get rewarded for like beating like the enemy quickly, but you have literally no control over the battlefield at all, so it's just kind of weird. Anyway, the thing that was shitty is like the tutorial, it was like a half an hour long, and it was like, okay, now you have to press the OK button in order to continue. And it's like, okay, I can read, like I'm already reading your tutorial. You don't have to. And they put like a big red arrow in it, and they lit it up and darken the rest of the screen. You hit OK, and then you can hit. When you hit on the weapon, you hit the equip button to equip it, and it's just like,
they're defining the definition with the word they're trying to define it.
Yeah. It's really.
It's okay to say you're okay with this. Oh, thank you. If I didn't know what okay was, I wouldn't be any better off. Thank you.
It was ridiculous. Like it's just like I literally had to play the most shallow point-and-click adventure game for like a half an hour before I got to play the game. Where it's just like, alright, click this, alright, click this, alright, click this, alright, click this. Did you learn what you did? No, I just clicked through everything. I'll explore it on my own for another half an hour after you fucking did all that goddamn tutorial. I hate tutorials, I really do. Ugh. God.
Tutorials are awful.
I mean, that would have been enough for me to just not care what the game content was after that. If I'm too annoyed to even get to it, well, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, well,
there's plenty of options that I don't have to put up with that bullshit.
The game was reasonably trash as well, so like I didn't really play it much. I'm probably going to delete it afterwards.
Time then.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you have to use energy for every action, you know, that you do in the game, which I never really totally understood. Yeah, well, yeah, like, but I never really totally understood why games do that. Like, I get why games do it, so that they can sell you more time to play the game, but it's like, why are you going to make a person not be able to play the game anymore? Like, you know your game is not Call of Duty, right? Like, it's not the most intriguing. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, I need to play more Tiny Warriors for another 7 hours. Like, I need to spend $20 in order to play it some more. Like,
it's their way of monetizing non-content is what it is. They don't have enough content to span it out, so they actually force you to leave and come back later.
Yeah.
You should be more define for the people listening what exactly you're talking about, because I don't know that everybody's played those types of games. I've seen them, but they're kind of weird.
Okay, so it's like a Facebook game kind of thing. It started in the Facebook game market that is probably completely dried up now, if I had to be honest. But anyway, like the idea is like every action you do, like if I want to fight a battle in Tiny Warriors, it costs me 6 energy, and I have like 100 energy every day. And it costs me the 6 energy to fight the battle, and then once I run out of that energy, can't play the game anymore. Not allowed. It's locked. I'm not allowed to play it without the energy, unless I buy some more energy to play the game some more. But, like, it's just a really stupid monetization
That makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
To
The
vomit right now.
culmination doesn't even go anywhere either. Like, if you were to spend thousands of dollars on this game, you wouldn't be any further along than you were when you started.
Yeah, not
It's
at all
just,
if you did the
it's
energy.
just different numbers. It's cookie clicker in an even less satisfying
And
way.
you know those Facebook games like Farmville and all that. They got that idea from like World of Warcraft dailies.
That's
Like-
not surprising.
Like that's probably where they got the idea, because
And
that's like one of the first
Outlicker.
instances where it like came up, right?
yeah. World of Warcraft is like the biggest Skinner box the world has ever known. It's amazing.
Well, it's designed by psychologists, but everybody look
Yeah.
up the cow clicker story if you're not familiar with it, because that's where a lot of this stuff came from as well.
Cow Clicker really is like a cookie clicker ripoff that tried to monetize.
Cool.
No, it's actually where all of that came from, even. It's
Really?
a dude that had an idea where he said, well, basically I click on this thing and it turns around. And I can ask people if they want to, they can click it again, but they have to pay to do that. And he did that, and people did that, and he basically just facepalmed and then started collecting money for a while. And I think he actually took it away eventually, too. I feel like I need to also preface that I read this story like years ago, so I might have just been wrong about half the things I just said, but I'm pretty sure that was somewhere in there. The culmination of the story. Go read it though.
That's like the Flappy Bird story. Like I felt really bad for the Flappy Bird developer because is like he made a game and then people like unanimously trashed it, like this is the worst game ever fucking made. Oh, I fucking hate everything. It's like, okay, it was a free game without ads, completely unmonetized that he just put in the store for funsies, and then people trashed it, then proceeded to spend thousands of hours on the game after trashing it so hard. He didn't make any money off the game, and then was just like, I can't handle this, and took it down. And it was just
I
like,
thought it was
man.
actually ad supported, but it wasn't like a big deal. I thought it was like a pop-up at the bottom of the thing.
I don't know if Flappy Bird was ad supported. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. But
thought
either
there was a
way,
small
like,
amount of it, but it wasn't egregious and it wasn't really a big deal because it was a free game. And also the developer didn't really have an intent to make this a big deal. He just noticed that it was starting to pick up and then went with it.
oh yeah, no, yeah, okay. So it was ads, yeah. Okay, so I'm wrong on that front. But still, I mean, well, yeah, he actually made $50,000 a day in ad revenue apparently in Flappy Bird, and then he took it down because the hate on the internet was so bad.
And then the hate was worse when he took it down.
Yeah. Yeah, people are like, why did you take away this game that I hated so much and loved, like railing into you about how much I hated it? You fucker. The internet is a
I
weird
hate that it
place.
was free and I didn't have to pay for it or play it, and if I'm that mad I can stop playing it, but you took it away, so now I'm also mad about that. There's
Yeah.
no winning in that scenario.
The internet is a very strange place, is what we've learned. Or, really, people are strange creatures, more than anything else, I guess.
People are fucking dumb.
Yeah, people love hating things, is the thing.
They do, and I don't understand that. There's a weird idea where hating is fun. I don't get that mentality.
So where does this fall in then? So you've got these people that are over angry and really aggressive, and then you also have this other sect of people that on any video where any animal is featured, someone is abusing that animal no matter how nothing happened to it.
Yeah.
If they're petting the cat, they're basically just killing that cat with the hand that's petting it. So where do those two things fall together? Because that's very different behavior.
It's probably just like people just want to hate things. Is
Is
all
it just asserting dominance?
I don't know. I
No,
think
I don't.
people like hating things because it makes them forget that they hate other things.
They hate themselves.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to go for the
Yeah,
the
it's
usual
pretty-
hate themselves thing, but yeah, it probably is that. But yeah, no, that's what I think it probably stems from, is the people just hating things. Or like the people who get really mad at people playing puzzle games on the internet, which is why I will never play a puzzle game on the
See,
internet.
I get
anymore.
mad at them, but I don't tell them about it.
Yeah,
That's
you can
more
eas-
reasonable.
Yeah, you don't have to tell them about how shitty they're. Like, I can. Like, I've seen. I was watching you and Ryan play Ibn Ab, right? And sometimes
Yeah.
I would figure out a puzzle before you did. But that didn't mean I'm gonna go on the puzzle, like on the chat, and be like, "You guys are so stupid. This is so easy." And it's like there are 100 other factors involved in you figuring out the puzzle. Not the least of which being that I am just one mind blankly sitting at a screen doing nothing else but watching it. You know.
Right.
Like,
I also
think-
wonder if a lot of those people could actually execute it, even though they think they figured it out. Like, if they actually figured it out or not.
no, you know, that's the thing, is a lot of them fucking can't. I remember getting comments on my Spelunky videos when Spelunky came out on PC, and, like, where people were, like, raging at me before throughout all the comments, like, God, you're so bad at this game, blah, blah, blah. And then I remember having multiple comments of people being like, "Hey man, I played this game and I had no idea.
It's
yeah,
kind of hard.
It's actually kind of hard." And it was just like, "Yeah, I didn't write like, yeah, fuck you, but I should have been like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I know you didn't play. I know that, but you still had to make my life miserable."
I'm very lucky in that mostly the people on my videos don't act that way. There's only a handful of them that show up. Usually people are super cool. Even the Magic video, the last one that we were all super salty arguing about the A thing, like barely even like a quarter of one sort of semi-negative comment. Other than that, it was all good.
Yeah.
So I'm really lucky on that.
Well,
I think we
Ryan
talked about hating those comments so much in Magic episodes, and people who actually watch Magic episodes have stopped. So.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I don't know. See, for me,
that's
before Internet land and there was Wheel of Fortune land, and I would watch Wheel of Fortune and there'd be a puzzle and there'd be like 2 letters missing, and they'd have some 9th grade English teacher in there like, I'd like to buy a vowel. It's like, clearly it's happy birthday. It says there's like an A and a Y, and it's
That's
happy
where it
birthday.
started.
Yeah. That's the did you see that thing that was on Reddit the other day of the guy, the Wheel of Fortune guy losing multiple times?
No, but I bet
it was the
hilarious.
greatest thing. It was like he would keep winning the roulette wheel. Is like, you won a car. Oh, you won another car. Now all you have to do is solve this, and he'd be like, mythological Greek hero Achilles, and it was just like,
no.
I'm sorry, no. That's not it. And then they give it, and then the next lady would be like, mythological Greek hero Achilles. It's like, you win. and then it like, you keep going, like he did it 3 times, and then like in another one he was like miracle dice spin. And he's like, no, sorry, it's not miracle dice spin. And then he's like, miracle decision. You win. And it's just like, oh man, you poor man.
Do
Do you think that he actually knew what it was and couldn't say it properly because of the pressure?
Like Achilles? I don't know. I don't think he knew, because the one with Achilles, that one, like all of the words were out there. Like there were no letters missing on that one. He just had to say it.
I typed Wheel of Fortune into YouTube, and the third thing that comes up is Wheel of Fortune Achilles.
Wait, so because he couldn't pronounce the word properly, they didn't give him the prize?
Yeah, they didn't give it, which I found weird actually. But I mean, I guess in fairness to them, all of the letters were there. The rule is just you have to say it. And
you have to say it right, yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't say it right, then you know.
Huh.
I guess.
I thought it was if you get all the letters, you did the puzzle. It's there, like everyone can read it.
Nah, apparently part of the rules are like you have to say it out
Weird.
loud in order to get it,
right.
even if you get all the letters.
I
So
did not know.
yeah, I didn't know that either. I felt bad after the first one because I was like, oh, they kind of like, yeah, okay, he doesn't know who Achilles is, that's fine, but like you don't have to punish the guy. But then the next two are just like, oh, that poor man, he's bad. He's bad at Wheel of Fortune. Really good at spinning the roulette wheel though. Like he got all of the top prizes. It's really good.
That's
You should watch it.
really strange, though. If you think about it, like, it's completely subjective what knowledge they're going to have. It's not a trivia show, per se.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, you have to know whatever specific knowledge they're expecting you to have to be able to know the word that you need to pronounce properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you just stumble in saying it, like, and put the emphasis in the wrong part of the word, I wonder if they'll still give it to you. I wonder what the degree of error they give you is for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
If any.
I doubt. I think it's run by judges, so like that's what it is. Like it's just like probably like
Right,
a panel
it's like
of like
a secret
3 judges.
tribunal of people wearing hoods in the back.
Yeah.
Sacrificial daggers.
The Illuminati. Yeah, like that's what they
just-
don't tell you about Wheel of Fortune is the other contestants die after they lose. What do you say,
yeah.
Austin? Yeah.
I just watched the Achilles video. It's so sad. He's so sad. He just has this defeated look on his face as the other person wins.
Is it the full video where it has all of the times
No,
he
I just
fails?
wanted to watch the.
Oh my god. Yeah, you gotta watch the full one. Maybe I'll link
Yeah, I
it
know,
in the
but
comments.
it's just great because it was like Achilles and then dead silence for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And,
like,
Oh, that hurts.
and Pat Sajak is just staring deeply into the
What
camera.
do I
like,
do?
Yeah,
He's
he, like-
waiting for the judges to weigh in at that point.
No, yeah,
Well, yeah, because there's this gap and then it goes, eh.
Yeah, I remember he's like off camera at first. He's like, well, and he like looks at the camera and he's just like, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you didn't get
I'm
it.
imagining the judges being on the spot and being like looking at each other like, oh shit, no.
Yeah. Oh, the poor man. Oh, that was funny. Well, maybe I'll link it down in the description. And then
you'll change the
remove it.
description.
Well, you should just link the one about the man cooking the nacho cheese, really.
It's really good though, that one. I think what I'll do is I'll change that video from the nacho cheese to the one of him spinning the wheel.
The sheep falling down a hill.
I should do that one. That one is amazing.
That one's outstanding. I support that decision.
That's the greatest GIF. Like one of the greatest GIFs on the internet ever. I have to say.
Sheep was not harmed, by the way.
Yeah, sheep was totally fine.
Are the people I was talking about who are angry about the people petting their cat.
Okay, and also nobody should be upset at that man for trying to save that sheep, because he was actively trying to save the sheep. He just made a terrible error by throwing it down a mountain right afterwards.
Also, you didn't know how the sheep was going to react. Maybe the sheep was going to start kicking him or something, right?
Yeah, that's possible.
The sheep just started running and tripped and fell.
Yeah,
I just don't know what he could have done to make the situation any better other than lift the sheep and place it somewhere even.
Yeah.
And it's a wild animal. I imagine. Oh, I don't know what could a sheep do. Do they do a lot of damage? I've never really.
They can fly.
Sheep. They can fly. Okay.
Yeah, they can shoot fire.
Them, but they don't have the capes though in this.
That's true. Yeah, no, they don't have the capes and they don't explode, but they can. They can. I know that for a fact. I've seen it.
Very short-sighted of that sheep then to fall down that mountain.
I know. He should have got his cape out. I mean, what was he doing? Getting his head stuck in a fence without his cape? You know?
Maybe he had the cape snagged on another fence somewhere else and he got out of that situation.
Oh, you know, maybe you're right. That must be what it is.
He couldn't fly anymore, which is why he got stuck again.
Mm-hmm. You're probably right. That's probably what happened.
People freaking setting up fences to catch all these flying sheep everywhere because they're like the jellyfish now.
Yeah.
They just got to get shred. No, that's awful. Don't shred.
Yeah, don't shred. Well, they
I
probably
like where
do.
I went with that.
Yeah. I've probably had shredded sheep food before.
Shredded sheep food.
Because they shred beef. Actually, I mentioned this on the NLSS, but I didn't mention it in Magic. When you go to a Spanish food place, when you go to a Spanish food place and you order shredded beef, it's called ropa vieja. You ask for ropa vieja. But for some reason, when you translate that into English, it doesn't mean shredded beef, that means old clothes. Which I never really understood why. Like, it's probably because, like, old clothes are, like, tattered and stuff, like shredded beef or something, but it's just really weird that that is what shredded beef is. That is the word for shredded beef. They tan
the hides off the cow, right? And maybe they use them for old clothes. Like, ancient clothes, like, not recently.
Maybe.
I didn't have that idea last time this came up, so I just thought I'd throw that out there.
That's
some shredded beef and a side order of magic.
What?
Some magic.
Leviosa.
Magic. All right.
You said magic really funny. I can't stop thinking about it. Magic. It's stuck in my head, man.
Magic.
Okay, they actually don't know where the etymology comes from. There are many theories.
I'm glad that in our magic episodes we take the time to search the etymology of words.
Me too. I'm very
a lot today.
I'm very interested about etymology. That's why I'm like the master of trivial knowledge. I just look up what things mean all the time.
Now you got to learn all the capitals to everything.
Okay, there is literally a legend as to how it was created. Legend. Here, one of the more popular ones is a story about a man whose family was coming to his home for dinner. Being very poor, the man could not buy them enough food when they came. To remedy his situation, he went to his closet, gathered some old clothes, ropa vieja, and imbued them with his love. When he cooked the clothes, his love for his family turned the clothes into a wonderful beef stew.
So it's the stone soup, but with a little hint of just crazy bullshit.
Yeah, basically. But it's funny because like all the Spanish food restaurants are still ropa vieja. It's weird, man. It's interesting.
This is a thing I've never been concerned with before, and probably will never be concerned with outside of this conversation.
I am always concerned. I would love to learn the etymology of ropa vieja, where it actually comes from.
It's a legend, man. Magic soup.
It's the legend, I guess. Yeah, you turn old clothes into beef. That's nice.
Beef goes in, beef goes out. We don't know how it works.
Ropa Vieja, how does it work?
When we've come full circle, and that's usually when we end the magic episodes.
Goodbye, everybody.
The tides of time. Later.
Bye. This is Alpaca Patrol, signing out. Peace, fools.
Ropa Vieja.